Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. Actually, it's more like I think Rue, the host of Inspire Nation at this point, and I'm Rue's sidekick. But so glad to see everybody here. It is election day in the US, so I understand that people may still be voting, and it's daylight savings as well. What does that mean? It means it feels like it's an hour later for everybody. Whew. For myself, just came back from a whirlwind movie tour. Oh, I wanted to show you on phone. Don't have my phone here next to me. Wanted to show you on phone the pictures. Ooh, I see the phone over there of me on the big screen. And we did have some members here that were there on the big screen, including Dharma Cohen. How does it get any better than this? Love you, Dharma. So great to see you there. I want to talk tonight about how we can find peace. And yeah, for those interested, this is my first time seeing myself on the big screen, on the silver screen. And that was actually kind of cool. And it was also cool getting to sit next to Dharma for a little bit. How does it get any better than this? What did I learn in Sedona? Well, related to tonight's topic, and it was the Illuminate Film Festival, there are a lot of people talking about worry, fear, concern, all sorts of stuff that had been challenges in people's life. And I've certainly not been immune to these challenges as well. If you're like me, 2022 has been a butt kicker is the best way to put it. 2022 has been a butt kicker of a year. And it's been a year where we've all found ourselves in fear. And so tonight there is one question to ask about for peace in your life. Well, I'm thinking back to the event, and I'm thinking people were in fear, jobs, finances, people's story about their kids, about relationships, about their health, about everything. It's such a transition of a year. And so there's a technique I'm going to teach you tonight that is going to help you to find greater peace. And you can begin using this technique right away. But there's also a simple question that I want you to ask yourself. And before I do that, usually our events are 90 minutes long. We're trying a new format, particularly because everybody is tired here tonight. We're going to be trying a shorter, abridged format where it's going to be about 30 minutes talking, about 15 to 20 minutes Q&A, and then we are going to do a meditation at that point. I'm wondering if I should angle to have Rue on camera just a little bit better. How does it get any better than this? So it is going to be a shorter event here tonight, and we may be using this format moving forward as well. So 2022 has been a really interesting year, and there is a technique, or a question rather, you can ask yourself, which can dramatically help you to feel better at this time. Actually, let's be honest. There's a technique or a question I can have you ask yourself that may help you feel better, and or it may shift the direction of your life. And that question is really simple. Are you choosing you? It's a question I get to ask myself each step of the way, because I fully admit that I overcommitted at the end of the summer, and I'm still working my way through that. Am I choosing me? Are you choosing you? Are you choosing to do things that are in complete and total alignment with who and what you are? Let me repeat that. Are you choosing to do things that are in total alignment for who and what you truly are? So if you need to go out because it is people pleasing, or because of X, Y, Z, or commitments that maybe you didn't need to make, ask, am I choosing me? And if not, What can you do moving forward to choose you? So I had on Sunday before I flew out, I had a aura, not reading. I don't know what the best term is. I guess reading. They take your photograph. This is Sedona. Around every corner, there's a place where you can get your, I guess, aura photographed and read to you. And so Sister Jenna and some other amazing people at the Sedona Film or Illuminate Film Festival said, Michael, you need to get a reading and you need to get your aura read. And it turns out the medium wasn't in for a reading, but we did the aura portion of things. And it was interesting. They started to do this test. You put your hand on all these little metal, I guess, pickups, and then you look at the camera, and you're supposed to go into kind of a meditative state. And I had a whole bunch of people around me, and they're all going, ooh, ah, ooh. And one of them was Richard Van Prague, and he's going, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. And so I went from a meditative state to putting my hand over my heart. I thought, well, if people are ooh and ahhing, I will get into a state of just sending out so much love to everyone. And guess what happened? Any guesses? My aura, which was out here, went. Sorry, Rue. It got much smaller. My heart opened way up, but the energy behind things went way down. This is actually quite a shock to me. And I got lectured, you could say, afterwards by the gentleman who's reading my aura, saying, Michael, you have this amazing, healing, soothing, giving energy that raises people up. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Also, this motherly energy. Cool. I'm kind of balanced. I like that. This nurturing energy. Excellent. He goes, do you understand, though, when you put your hand over your heart, you were giving too much and your energy crashed? He said your heart opened, but your energy crashed. Why? Because I, like you, get to fill my energy tanks first. This is so important. You must fill your own energy tanks. Catherine, thank you so much. How does it get any better than this, Catherine? How does it get any better than this? Oh, I've got to read this. I just found out I'm pregnant for the first time at 39 after years of trying. Woo-hoo! Congratulations, Catherine. Your story with Jessica encouraged me to keep going when I was most discouraged. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Catherine, keep us posted. This is a huge... I would do it loudly, but I'd wake the baby. I'd wake Rue. I did every... Woohoo! How does it get any better than this, Catherine? How does it get any better than this? So we get to fill our own energy tanks first. On top of that, this has to do with filling our energy tanks. I want to grab you the photo. Maybe before the end, I'll grab you the photo of me on the big screen. And it's not so important that, I was on the big screen. It's really cool. But it's something I call a Tumbler moment. And I hope you have or seek out Tumbler moments in your life. What's a Tumbler moment? Well, a tumbler could be like the glasses that we have in the cabinets that you use for pouring a drink. That's one kind of a tumbler. But they can also be the mechanism behind a lock. So if you picture a movie where somebody is picking a lock on a safe, and they've got their stethoscope, or modern day, they've got their phone listening to the safe, and it goes tick, 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 ka-chung. Tick, 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 ka-chung. As these tumblers fall into place. This event for me, we're talking about asking the question. So before we get to the technique we can do to find greater peace, the question that we're asking ourselves is, are you choosing you? So I'm watching this movie that I'm in, and it's cool. I started to cry at the beginning when I first saw myself. I started to cry when I started to see myself on screen. But it wasn't so much about, ooh, I want to see myself on screen. It was, we got to do a Q&A session up on stage afterwards. And between you and me, I just wanted to grab the mic and I wanted to light up the room. I wanted to illuminate everyone by being on the mic. The Tumbler moment for me was how much I want to be in front of others speaking, and how much that brings me joy, and how much I'm not doing that yet. Now, we just came through this COVID time period, so it could be coming. But it's not that I was thinking less of others or thinking less of all the other people in this amazing panel, but there was an innate pull within myself that says, we know this, I get to write, and we know this, and I get to be on the mic, and not just on the mic here, but on the mic with large audiences. This is called a Tumbler moment because pieces start to fall into place and to guide you forward. So in your life right now, 2022 to me is a Tumbler year. What does that mean? It's a Tumbler year. It's a year where nothing works out. Nothing feels right. Nothing goes as planned. Now, yes, there's some people who are doing incredibly well, rocking it this year. And we have had an amazing amount of success this year. And at the same time, you could say, so Michael, where are you moving next month? Well, actually, we get to stay here till the beginning of the year now through the holidays. That was a magic miracle. How does it get any better than this? Michael, where are you moving in January? I couldn't tell you. Even with all my practice of channeling and mediumship, and of which I teach in automaticwriting.com, we have a class next week on this. I cannot tell you where spirit is guiding us, but I can tell you the pulls that are on my heart. 2022 is a year where almost nobody has the answer to anything. It's a year of complete and total uncertainty. And at the same time, it's a year where we tend to gain more clarity on what we want. So I'm going to grab my phone because I've got two things. We're going to do a little show and tell. Hold on one second. I'm not going to touch anything. The last time we had an event and I said, hold on, and I came back and everything blew up. So I will not touch a thing here, but I want to do a little bit of show and tell with you here. So, because this has to do with Tumbler moments, choosing you, and what we can do to find greater peace. All right, let's see. Let's get to the camera here. And first, let us go to the movie. Actually, first, before we get to go to the movie, I had a dog, Pumpkin. She was a coyote hybrid. At least 2/3 is our guess, coyote, for over 17 years. And she passed away after Jessica and I were together for a year, after she'd been on a book tour. Kind of wild. At over 17 years of age, had been a cancer survivor since age 7. What a miracle coyote dog. What a teacher. I was out for a hike, which was another Tumbler moment in Sedona on Sunday morning. It's interesting. I got to bed about 2 o'clock, but then I couldn't sleep in. There was both the buzz of the earth there and being on the East Coast time zone. I couldn't sleep in. And so I'm out on the trail. and a coyote runs by me down a hillside. And I tried to catch a picture. I couldn't. It's before sunrise. And then it came running back up on the trail in front of me. And so I started following it, or her, until she turned around. If we can get a good look at that there. And her face looks exactly like pumpkin. And that was a sign, that was a symbol, that was a synchronicity. It was reminding me of how important it is for me to be moving about the earth, about me to be hiking, about me to be exploring the land. When you have a sign, a symbol, a synchronicity, or a coyote cross your path this year, stop dead in your tracks and ask, what does this mean for me? For me, it meant I know I need to be someplace where there are more trails, where there's more land access, where I can get Hannah Bear out. And I know I need to be more on the mic. So important. Now, let me show you that one more picture. Thanks for bearing with me for a little bit of show and tell. This let's see which one is best. There, I've got a goofy look there. Might as well go with goofy. Here is me. I'm sitting, actually, I wanted to stay grounded, so I was sitting on the ground behind the seats, behind the rows of seats, and that's me on the big screen. This is a moment that will forever change my life, and I want you to look for these moments in your life as well, because it's an understanding that I get to be live in front of people and live on the mic. So it's asking now, what makes you whole? What's pulling at your heartstrings? What is tugging at you that you're probably not choosing yet? Going into 2023, and I'm going to have Dr. Michael Lennox on the show at the end of the year, and he did a prediction at the beginning of the year. Forgive me. He said 2022 would be the easier of the next 3 years. Oh boy. He said 2022 would be a year to go inward and to learn about yourself, and then to stay on that focal point for 2023 and 2024. So I need you to ask, am I choosing me? What is it that I'm not doing yet that I get to do to take care of myself? What am I not doing that I get to do that will help me take better care of yourself? So there's this term in shamanic healing or shamanic practice, which is soul retrieval. And you may have heard of soul retrieval work. And I do my own version in our School of Mystics. And I can put the link there for our School of Mystics. I do our own soul retrieval work. I do it once a month, typically third Wednesday of each month, where I help people to heal by removing energetic blocks and wounds and basically bringing back fractured pieces of people that they lost from significant events in their lives. Why is that important? In order to help ourselves, in order to help anyone, we get to be whole. If you want to be at peace, you get to be at whole or whole. So there's soul retrieval work, which is healing ourselves, bringing those pieces back, and basically putting our soul back together. But there is another kind of retrieval work. Soul plan retrieval work. What in the world is soul plan retrieval work? It means retrieving the parts of yourself to make you who and what you were meant to be. You came here with a purpose. You came here with a divine plan. It doesn't mean you can mess up the plan. You can't. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to be only one thing in life. Nothing could be further from the truth. It doesn't mean that you can mess up your plan. You can't. It's all good because so many of us get so nervous that we're messing things up. You can't mess up anything. However, you can be more of you. Not be all that you can be in the army. No, weird that they stole that. But you can be more of who you were meant to be. So when we talk about greater peace, and that's what this talk is about tonight, is when we talk about greater peace, we get to look at what is tearing us up the most, or what is tearing away or gnawing away or eating away pieces of our soul. Pause for a minute. Ask yourself, what is tearing away my soul? What is eating away at me? Chances are you know what it is. When we talk about what tears us apart the most, what we're talking about is two taskmasters. What in the world does that mean, Michael? Two taskmasters. It means trying to please two people at the same time. Like trying to please yourself and trying to please a job or a boss that doesn't appreciate you. And needing to please them, so you feel. At the same time, you need to please yourself. Another situation would be trying to please another in a bad or abusive relationship. And you know what I'm talking about. You want to please and be healthy and be whole, and yet you're trying to please and be healthy, or trying to please or keep safe yourself and in a relation, the other person in your partnership, and it's tearing you apart. The trick is these relationships, to a boss, to a job, to a partner, to something we feel enslaved to do, if we're honest. The trick is the relationship is the relationship is not the relationship. What do I mean by that? Rue's preening himself. I feel like he needs to be giving the talk. We all put ourselves in situations where we can't please ourselves. We can't please ourselves. When we want greater peace, if we're in a relationship where we can't please ourselves, or a situation where we can't please ourselves, we're in a little bit of trouble. And so the challenge is, or the charge is, so today is the election here in the US. I want you to elect and vote for you moving forward. Choose you. We've seen all the banners, all the street signs, all the YouTube ads, all the everything. How about voting for yourself? And choosing yourself first and foremost, and waking up tomorrow morning and the person who won the election was you, because you are going to start making decisions moving forward that please you first. This is a big deal. Can you make decisions for you and you first, you and you second, you and you third, you and you alone? It's really hard to do. It goes against our training. It goes against everything we've been programmed and indoctrinated to do, particularly if you're energetically sensitive. It's why we have our school of mystics, in fact, is because I know you're energetically sensitive, and I would train you how to use that sensitivity as a superpower and to learn how to be able to choose yourself. It's actually quite courageous to choose yourself instead of choosing what someone else wants, what society wants, what your family wants, what your parents want, even if they're not around anymore because the parents are still in your mind, what anyone wants other than what's on your heart. It's not selfish. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It's the most important thing you can do. The single most important thing is to choose yourself. Yes, I flew multiple times this weekend. Yes, we've all flown multiple times. Yes, we've all heard the expression, put the oxygen mask on yourself first before helping another. Oxygen mask, you first before helping another. Why? If your soul is, we've heard the expression, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. If your soul is not happy, ain't nobody happy. If you've got a soul plan, but instead you're over here because you feel torn and pulled, or you're over there because of an obligation, or because you haven't thought about what you want for you, it tears you apart. If instead you say, here's what I want. Oh, Mary, thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this, Mary? And she says it totally connects with awe this morning during the eclipse. Woohoo! So glad to hear that, Mary. And you, Mary, are being charged, and you know it, for a soul plan retrieval. You got the reset button, Mary. So many of us, this 2022 is the year of the reset. Oh my God. So many of us are getting our butts kicked and nothing's working out as planned. Oh my God. But it's to give us the freedom and the space to put things, to reorganize things together in a different way. It's basically the puzzle of our lives was torn apart and all the puzzle pieces are put on the table so that you can assemble the puzzle now at a higher level. And the challenge is to assemble it at a level, the highest level for our soul. You want greater peace, you reassemble the puzzle at the highest level. And the highest level is not difficult. The highest level is what pulls on your heart. It's such a simple test. You go out the door. Do I go left? Do I go right? What's pulling on my heart? You get a phone call saying, do you want to come out? And you feel into it and you say, what's pulling on my heart? I'm going to be part of a panel for this movie, the Illuminate Festival, this coming Saturday. It's at 9 p.m. Oh my God, am I overtired? I got 4 hours of sleep. This is not a complaint. 4 hours of sleep each day. I was in Sedona, which was, I guess, perfect for that time. But that's why we moved this event to Tuesday, because I was so exhausted. It's okay. So I get this event Saturday. Do you want to do it? It's from 9 to 10 p.m. What does my soul want? My soul wants to be on the mic more. My soul loves this group of people. My soul would love to do something special with them. My soul is so grateful for this experience I had. My soul would love this. It's 9 at night. Yes. Yes, I will do it. I checked in with my soul and says, will this recharge and rejuvenate me? It's the 2 R's. Write this down. Will this recharge and rejuvenate me? And the 2 often have little or nothing to do with what time you get to go to bed at night, even if you want to sleep for about a week. Will this recharge and rejuvenate me? Yeah, exactly, Rue. Or without it, will I start to wither away? So, you can literally ask, does this bring me greater peace? And if it makes your heart sing, then you get to step forward with everything you've got. Now, there can be still challenges. Well, but it's 9 o'clock at night. You're going to be up late. You've been super tired. You wanted to sleep early. It's the head getting involved. We get to pay particular attention to the buts of the mind and ask, am I choosing me? Me would love to do this, even despite everything the thinking mind says. Then you step forward. And here's the thing. I want you to pay particular attention to the language of your mind coming up. Because there's two key words that express the same thing, but have a very different energy behind them. Do you want to do this event Saturday, Michael? Yes, but... Uh-oh. You want to say that again, Michael? Do you want to do this event this Saturday? Yes, but... Warning, warning, danger, Will Robinson. When you put that but word out there, not this kind, but but, it's the Debbie Downer energy. Dum, dum, dum. That steals your energy away, that takes you from flying high. I get to do this really special event. I'm so honored to do it with this amazing group of people this Saturday. And you throw it straight through the floor. Watch your butt this week. Not CYA, it's CYB. Watch, watch your butt this week. And see how many times you use this horrific word that is a qualifier to only bring you down and disempower you. But is a qualifying word that only serves to disempower you. Yeah, but. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I'd love to go, but. Dun, dun, dun. My heart wants this, but. Get it? Dun, dun, dun. What's the other word we can use in replacement? Because but blocks your positive energy. It blocks an energy flow. It shuts it right off. But dun, 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 it just shuts it down. What's a better word that we can use? And dun, dun, I want to be there Saturday. And dun, dun. Okay, I'm a goofball here tonight. I'm so overtired. Why not? Maybe you are too. I get to do this event on Saturday. And dun, dun, I get to let go. Dun, 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 dun. I get to let go. That is the message for tonight. There will be pulls on your heart. There will be apparent conflicts. There will be challenges. Heck, we've got 2 months left in a duck and cover year. And dun, 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 there will still be challenges. What do? We let go. All right, Michael, you got in it. Well, actually, here's one of the coolest things. All right, a little more show and tell. I show up at close to midnight at the airport rental counter, and the rental agent says, well, at least you're, what do you call it? At least you're here now. And I said, well, I still have a 2-hour drive to Sedona to go. Dun, dun, dun. But you know what I was thinking beforehand? I was thinking to myself, as I'm waiting in line, you know what would be really cool? If I got a convertible for this beautiful weekend in Sedona. How does it get any better than this? I wonder if somehow I could get an upgrade to a convertible while I'm in Sedona. So get to the counter. He goes, at least you're here. I say, I have a 2-hour drive left. And he says, well, how about I make your day and make things easier for you and upgrade you to our top of the line BMW convertible. How would that feel? Dun, dun, dun. I had let go. I didn't go to the counter going, life is terrible. It's awful. I went to the counter actually seeing how I could make him smile, seeing how I could help his day. I talked to him. He had just brought in food for other people there. And there was one person who was getting jalapeno chips, which were divine. And I'm just doing what I can to bring a light of light and love. And here comes the BMW convertible. How does it get any better than this? I had let go of, well, I need sleep. I had let go of, I can't believe I'm just at the airport with 2 hours to go, and I'm still in Phoenix when I get to be in Sedona. Surrender is the secret. Every single person who got on stage. Judith Richards, amazing at clearing. Richard Van Prague, Sister Jenna, myself, Bill Bennett, all of us. And if you haven't checked out the movie, well, I guess it comes out in January, technically. Facing Fear with Bill Bennett. OMG, what an incredible movie. And not because I'm in it. What an incredible filmmaker, Bill Bennett. It's cool that I'm in it, but it's not about that. He shares with us the ultimate surrender, meaning want what you want. Please be selfish. Want what you want. Use it as a guiding light, please. I like to say life is too serious to take seriously, but we have to get you on your path, which is what is pulling at your heart. Use it as a guiding light. But do not fight against where you're at. You're in the Phoenix airport, Sky Harbor. It's a glorious name, Sky Harbor. It's a very cool name. I'm at Sky Harbor, and there's still 2 hours to get to Sedona. Do not fight against it. We've all heard the poem, rage, rage against the dying of the light. No, don't rage or rage against anything. That's exhausting, man. Don't rage, don't fight. Look for the energetic leaks. Look for where you are fighting. Look for where you are raging. Rage, rage. No. Love, love. And dun, 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 let go. Fighting against anything is the biggest energetic leak there is. What do? Let go, allow, acknowledge. Okay, this isn't ideally how I'd like it. Okay, this isn't how I'd like things to go. Okay. God, I feel like having my little mini fiddle here. I've got a 2-hour drive left and it's midnight. Okay. It's all right. Be where you're at. That's where the magic is. So if you feel a pull on your heart and you're not where you want to be, that awareness alone of here's where I want to be will change everything. For ourselves, I learned we really need trails. We really need mountains. We really need that land access. Great. I don't have it today. Perfect. And maybe I can have it tomorrow. And right now, until the water freezes, and I think it's about 4 or 5 C right now, so about 40 degrees, I get to do swims. How does it get any better than this? And I'm serious. It's fun. I relaxed and had my fastest swim in the last 6 months or so. Fastest swim since July, yesterday, in 40-degree water. How does it get any better than this? I didn't fight it. So it doesn't mean you can't change. It doesn't mean you can't get where you want to be. But don't rage against where you're at. I'm here, but dun dun dun. No, I'm here and I'm gonna upgrade this year. And I'm gonna shift gears this year. And I'm going to finally, once and for all, choose me this year. That's what you get to do. Because raging against where you're at doesn't change anything. So we take steps forward. The number that kept coming to me, the angel number that has been appearing time and time again, obviously 444, which means I'm surrounded by angels. 111, that means I am in union with the universe. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. If you're getting 111, that means you're exactly where you're supposed to be. 444, not only are you exactly where you're supposed to be, but you're surrounded by angels. The interesting one is 456. It means take baby steps forward. You're right on track. Tiny little steps will get you exactly where you want to be. So I keep getting 456, 456, 456. This means I let go. It's perfect. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And dun, da, 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 I will take small steps forward toward what is pulling at my heart. So we think of this concept, and this will be the last, I believe the last little thing. No, a couple more things. And then we're going to go into questions here. We believe that surrender means giving up. I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to give up at all. And I want you to follow that pull on your heart. But, dun, dun, dun. And, dun, 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 surrender means giving in or allowing in, acknowledging, dear one, you're not where you want to be. Dear one, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Acknowledging this is where you're at and it's going to be all right. Then you have the energy to step forward. So I acknowledge, hey, I want to be in the trails. I want to be someplace that lights me up and that I can get Hannah Bear out in nature every step of the way. And for now, I'm here. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this is a higher level expression, a higher vibration statement that says, I acknowledge here's where I'm at. And something even better is possible. How does it get any better than this? You get in at midnight. How does it get any better than this? Heck, you got in at 3 or 4 in the morning. And you may have to walk to Sedona. No, but how does it, but dun, dun, dun. And how does it get any better than this? Actually, when I showed up for the Airbnb, the staff or the owner, everyone had gone to sleep. And I called and nobody picked up. And I walked around and drove around and couldn't find anybody. And I surrendered and said, well, okay, a Motel 6 or something may be in my future. And I called back and they picked up. So we acknowledge, how does it get any better than this? We acknowledge where we're at and we acknowledge that something better is even possible. Most importantly, you're in the car, it's 2 a.m, you're at the Airbnb, it's locked. You acknowledge, I am here. I am here. I am here. I am here. Whatever happens will be perfect, even if even in its messiness. And you let go rather than raging, rather than fighting against what already is. Why is this so important? 2 key reasons. First, you're not continuously losing energy, which is so incredibly important because 2022 has been the year of having your energy siphoned, your lifeblood siphoned away. We're all exhausted. And if you're not exhausted, There's a very cool secret, and I want you to share it because the energy of everyone is exhaustion, but it is often an exhaustion by fighting against what is. So we don't want you to lose energy. That's point number one against that whole rage thing. And secondly, if you don't fight against things, you allow a portal or a doorway to open. You allow your angels and guides to help you to remove the energetic block. You show up at close to midnight. You go, okay, I'm here close to midnight. Wouldn't it be cool if I'm upgraded to a convertible? Hey, Michael, would you like a BMW convertible? Who am I to argue with that? You show up at 2:00 in the morning in Sedona and you're completely locked out of your Airbnb, and you call and nobody picks up, and you go, well, what can I do? And you call back and all of a sudden they pick up. You allow a higher, and believe me, yes, I did pray in between there, and I prayed to my angels and guide and prayed to Miraku, who is our baby daughter on the other side, and then please help me here. Then I called back and I allowed into all of it. This, choosing you, surrendering into what is, this and raging against nothing. This is going to help you find much, much, much greater peace and do that soul plan retrieval work. Asking, how can I choose me? So let's dive into a few questions here, and then we're going to do a very, very short meditation and call it good here for this evening. I'm checking, making sure camera and everything is still going good. Excellent. From Oceana Healing. Oh, what a beautiful name. How can I get off complete isolation of 11 months of completely and totally being isolated? It feels hard to get back out there. A little background about my question. I moved to a new city at the end of 2021 because of a group of close friends. As of January 1, universe literally removed everyone from my life in complete isolation. 456, Oceana Healing. 456, 456, 456. We take tiny little baby steps and put ourselves out there, asking, what's pulling on my heart? Maybe it's hanging out at a coffee shop or an outdoor coffee shop. I realize it's getting cold right now. Maybe it is putting on your best mask if that's what your ilk, and going to the theater or looking up meetups or finding a spiritual group. But it's asking or trolling meetup and seeing what'd be most interesting. But I want you to take tiny little steps to put yourself out there. So the 11 months of complete and total isolation have created an energetic pattern that reinforces itself. So Oceana Healing, what we need is a pattern interrupt, sort of like a Tumbler event. Throw yourself out there to anything, and preferably something you might find that is fun. Don't worry about meeting others. Just break the pattern and get yourself out there. That's where you begin. Next question from Dharma. Oh. And Dharma was there at the film festival. In fact, I snuck up by her side. She was so cool. Partner is so cool. Still got the chopsticks with the expression written on it. And so much love, Dharma. So much love, so much love, so much love, so much love. Cannot express that enough. And your energy is like, ah. So it was so great to see you there. Okay, question. One of the statements made during the film Facing Fear by Bill Bennett that stood out for me was, we think our way into fear. We must think our way out of fear. And I believe that was from, oh, I'm picturing her, and the name is escaping me. No, not Judith. It was from the one of our favorite guests, who is admittedly sometimes a little bit of a Carolyn Mace. Carolyn Mace. We think our way into fear. We must think our way out of fear. And she's rocking awesome. We do think our way into fear, I believe we get to heart our way out of fear. The thinking mind puts us in a state of fear. But as Einstein says, okay, if time's not real, he still says it. We cannot solve a problem from the level of energy it was created. If the problem was created at the level of the mind, then the mind ain't gonna solve it. But she's right in what she's saying, in that if we get ourselves into fear, we got to get ourselves out of fear. But the way out of fear is into fear. The way out of fear is into fear. Lean into the fear. I've got my wife in the kitchen right now. Hey, wifey, am I a scaredy cat? She said, I'm not that brave. There you go. I am the proverbial long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. But I continuously step forward and I do really big things in life. Really crazy big things in life. Scared silly. It's my upbringing, my parents, who knows? But I still do it. So it's not, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is leaning into the fear, learning from the fear, and if it feels right, because you can have fear and feels right together. If it feels right, still stepping forward. What do you mean by that? Well, Michael, we're going to send you off to Sedona. It's going to be a whirlwind thing. Your wife is going to have to look after the rooster and the baby. There's going to be all these challenges, blah, 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 blah. Fear, 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 fear. Do you still want to go? Yeah, it feels right. So you can still have fear and feels right together. You lean in. You listen or discern with your heart. And you take action based on that. So I like what she says, but I would change that word think into feel or to heart or to intuit. I think that's the tweak that I would make there, Dharma. And it was so great seeing you, and huge hugs. And for everyone here, eventually we will have events in person, and I can't wait to see each and every one of you. How does it get any better than this? MW Ranch. What did you do to help Pumpkin get well and live so long? Whew. That's a brilliant question. So she had mast cell tumors, and when a tumor came up, we did have it surgically removed. And I did lots of, not so much hands-on healing work. I didn't know it at the time. I did lots of light work. I did lots of, there was a chant or meditation audio program, which was meditation as medication. I did that with her. I got her on the trails even more. I changed her diet. Probably could have done even better, but changed her diet. That helped. Had her on turmeric. That helped. Tried to get her in, and the most high energy positive, and at times it was a very challenging period of my life, but high energy positive environment and experiences that I could, and that made all the difference. Now she succumbed to cancer after 10 years, and Jessica and I can wonder if the book tour was too much for her, but dun dun dun. And she would say, no, I was living my greatest life. She would say to her last days, man, the last year that we went hiking with her in the winter, Jessica, can you remember Pumpkin and her jumps off of stone ledges and snow cornices and stuff in her last year? She didn't care about sticking the landing. She just went for it. She was having a ball. In fact, the last time we went out with her, she guided us to take her to downtown Boulder, and we ended up, do you remember the concert, Jessica? They played Don't Worry, Be Happy. And that was Pumpkin's last time out. And she brought us to front stage at this concert for them singing "Don't Worry, Be Happy." And on the last day of her life, she was so weak, and yet we went for a walk, and she took us to crickets. Do you remember what she did with the crickets? She was following the crickets, and she was laughing, and she would see each one go boink, and she would just laugh, because coyotes can laugh, boink, and she would laugh as if to tell us. And she knew it was her last day on earth. She absolutely knew it. But she was saying, look, in this moment, everything is perfect. Boink. And everything is a ball. And that's how she lived. And that's what she taught us. And being there with her, we mirrored that back to her, which gave her the energy most times to stay around another day until it was her time. Information gatherer M. Another high-level intuitive says World War III is happening, although wars worldwide never stopped. Anything on that? Or is there time to send calming energy for less conflict to happen to learn by? So I would never say World War III is happening. I would say we're in a time of a massive positive upgrade. It ain't easy. It ain't pretty. All of the puzzle pieces have been thrown onto the table of planet Earth. Now, we can choose to build the most amazing, beautiful puzzle. We can choose to build something horrific. But this is a time of energetic upgrade. So it presents itself as a complete and total mess. But I believe nothing could be further from the truth. I believe where we put our energy, our attention, our awareness is what we bring about. So if you look on the surface and you see, holy crap, that's terrible, it makes it easier for terrible to come about. If you go, wow, on the surface, that looks horrific, but I know something can come out of this. Look at this world. It's an accelerator. It's moving so fast. Toward what? Are we all just happenstance? Is this all just coincidence? Are we all just atoms bouncing around one into the other? Or is there more happening than meets the eye? Because if there's more happening than meets the eye, then we're on an accelerated path of awakening as a species. Look at movies. Look at popular culture. Don't look at what's on the news. If it bleeds, it leads has been an expression forever. If it bleeds, it leads, which means they're going to look for the most dramatic, terrible stuff to show you because that's how they get their advertising revenue. Because if it bleeds, you're more likely to check it out. But that doesn't make it any more real than the millions or billions of story of kindness, of compassion, of love, of concern going on right now. Even if you go on the roadways and people are like road rage times 10 right now because everybody's so stressed out. But it doesn't mean we're not happening into a very positive experience. If I was to say there's a war, and I never use that term, I would say that it is the breaking down of the old, a dismantling of the old, a last gasp of the old taking place to allow in the new. Nina, thank you so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? So much love. Let's take a couple more questions, and we're going to do a really brief meditation. I need to get myself to sleep. I need to get Rue Boy here. When he's preening, it means it's bedtime. And if it's bedtime for him, it's going to be bedtime for me too. All right. Catherine Mendez. How can I handle the fears that people put into my head about being in a high risk for miscarriage or having an abnormal child due to my advanced age of 39? Catherine, you know my answer. Total and complete bullshit. Excuse me. That's a technical term. Here it is. That's called the nocebo effect. That is people planting an idea in you, which you're not going to have a miscarriage because they're planting the idea in you. But I don't want you dwelling on that because you make it harder on yourself. It's crazy. I think at 35 or 36, they call you, is it craziest? This is a male-dominated, male-run world, particularly in delivering babies. And it's all, I have no other way to put it. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So the male term that came about is you are geriatric at like 35 years of age. You are an advanced age for having a baby. What kind of stupid ass male, forgive me, bloopity, 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 came up with that bloopity, bloopity, stupid, bloopity, bloopity, which plants that in the minds of beautiful, amazing women going through a beautiful, amazing, sometimes super challenging, but beautiful, amazing experience. So you love that child up with everything you've got. You love yourself up with everything you've got. You put yourself in the most amazing bubble of love and light. You ignore anyone who says that junk to you, because that is junk. You feed yourself well. You rest yourself well. You love yourself well. You write to spirit, you pray to spirit, you go to spirit, and whatever happens will be pure magic. Yeah, but Michael, you had 3 miscarriages. You want to call that pure magic? You know, it actually made us, I don't wish this on anybody, better parents and more appreciative for when baby Hannah did come around. It was all part of the path, and I'm ready to cry. It was not easy, Catherine. And I'm not saying you're going to have a miscarriage. Nothing could be further from the truth. But what I am saying is you throw out, you kick out the naysayers. You trust in the innate wisdom of your body. And there is tremendous wisdom. You don't have to remember things, sort of like if you get a paper cut, you don't have to remember how to heal it. We play in the love and the light. That's what I want you to do, Catherine. So, are the fears still there? Yeah, that's okay. And we play in the love and the light. I don't know if the fears ever with Hannah Bear will go away for this lifetime. And I have mentioned it, but tomorrow is our next cardiology appointment to find out about Hannah Bear's heart, because she had heart surgery just after birth. And that was because we lost one of our twins in utero, a whole beautiful journey. And Miraku is her name, and she's by my side right now. She's by Hannah's side. She hasn't left Hannah's side. We still fear the fear. Tomorrow is probably a higher than usual fear day of going to the cardiologist. What's the cardiologist going to tell us? And we play the game at the highest level of love and light. And that's what I want you to do. All right, one last question here, and then we're going to go into a really, really brief meditation. Oh, Sir Meowsers has woken up, and he's starting to tear at bags, paper bags, declaring, I need food. Meowsers, I've got about maybe 8 minutes left, and then I can get you some food, good boy. He's not going to take that lightly. P. Durano, thank you for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And let's see from Suzanne. How can I figure out why something happens like my hip accident so I can move forward and understand the lesson? There's a fundamental understanding, Suzanne, that is hard in the beginning and starts to get easier with practice, that each event is steering and guidance. In fact, it's a mantra that I use, and I was using in the kitchen just about an hour ago, like half an hour before we started. It's all steering, it's all guidance. It's all steering, it's all guidance. It's all steering, it's all guidance. What does that mean? It means that stuff is going to happen. Shit's going to happen. And it's still here to serve us. And loss is going to happen. I'm going to do my best to get to Jill's question. Loss is going to happen. It's still here to guide us. all of it, the whole deck of life is stacked in our favor. Now, if you're saying, Suzanne, how can I find out why it happened? Then I would learn automatic writing. Talk to spirit, hear from spirit. Go to automaticwriting.com. We've got our next live class next week. Learn from spirit by talking to spirit. Why did this happen? What can I learn from it? And so many great things will come out of this, of being waylaid, of being stopped. If you have a replacement hip, of even having that, so many great things will come out of this. I promise you this, as somebody who's had both hips. Wow. Yeah. And Suzanne, you may know, I've got twin titanium femurs, twin titanium hips, blah, 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 blah. And I qualified for the world championships in swimming and cycling against able-bodied athletes, which I am one, in Spain next year, 52. How does it get any better than this? So it was all steering and all guidance for me. And I know it can be the same for you. Automaticwriting.com. I would learn that process more than anything else to communicate and ask spirit. Jill, let me see what I can do real quickly, but I love you so much. So let's see what I can do. How can I do that with my son with autism essential tremors, who's identical twin with same neuro challenges, died suddenly and is across the veil. And so her son, who is still here, is suicidal. Jill, you love him up with everything you've got. That is the first and foremost thing that you can do. Secondly, you go to angels and guides and you call in every bit of help as well. Thirdly, you be there for him in any way you can be. And fourthly, we don't rage against anything. You do everything you can, but you know we have to put the oxygen mask on you first, Jill. So incredibly difficult at this time. And at the same time required, Jill. This is your homework. We've got to put the oxygen mask on you first. And as your energy comes up, it stands the greatest chance for your son's energy, who is on his own unique path, decided in many ways before he was born, decided in many ways because he's in cahoots with his twin, in many ways before he was born. So there's a level of letting go, Jill. There's a level of putting on that oxygen mask and a level of leaning into all of this. All right, let's do a really quick meditation and sending so much love. Let's do a really quick meditation. And we have a meditation channel as well. And Aya can put the link to that and put the link to our latest meditation too. So this is going to be a really short one, more like a 2-minute tune in, I think, is all we're going to do here. But we do have our meditation channel, so you can check out the meditations there. So let's get our feet on the floor. Feel our butt on the chair. In this case, this butt is okay. Feel your hands on your lap. We're going to breathe in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. As we continue to breathe in and out, we're going to create a circle of courage here this evening. What's a circle of courage? Well, I want you to imagine a giant circle of everyone watching this YouTube event, past, future, and present, and reach your hand out to someone on your right. It's part of this giant circle. Reach your hand out to someone to your left. You lean right, you feel everybody attached to you there. You lean left, you feel everybody there. You lean right again, you feel the power of the group. You lean left, you feel even stronger. As you continue to breathe in and out, wow. Apparently, there is a fire, little campfire in front of you, in front of everybody. This is the violet blue flame of Saint Germain. And what we're going to do as a group is I want you to pull out of your heart Any fears, the whole group has got your back here. Any fears that are on your heart, take them out one at a time. I am afraid of what could happen to my son. Throw it into the violet blue flame. Watch it incinerate, watch it eviscerate, watch little sparkles go up into the heavens. I am afraid of what can happen to my son. Throw it in there. Watch it be gone. I am afraid of what could happen out of the election. Pull it out of your heart. Throw it into the violet blue flame. Watch it incinerate. Watch the sparkles go up to the heavens. I am afraid of what's going to happen to my job or to the economy or to the prices that keep going up and up and up, or that I'm not going to be able to buy a home or XYZ because of interest rates. Rip that out of your heart. Rip is maybe not the best term. Pull that out very gently out of your heart. Throw that into the violet blue flame and watch it incinerate. Whatever is on your heart, feel into it. Don't stuff it down. Then pull it out. Throw it into the violet blue flame and watch it go. Let's have you do this for just a minute right now. See what fears are on your heart. You're surrounded by love and kindness and goodness, so be courageous. Pull it out of your heart. Throw it in the violet blue flame. I'll go quiet for just a minute. Lastly, ask yourself, what am I raging against? What am I fighting against? What am I pushing against? Pull that out of your heart and throw that in the violet blue flame. Watch it incinerate, eviscerate, and turn into little sparkles as it goes up, as the ashes go up into the heavens. Very good. Now, as we're still all together as a group, please repeat after me and feel the connection first between you and the person on the right and the person on the left. It's all steering. It's all guidance. It's all steering. It's all guidance. It's all steering. It's all guidance. As you begin to open your eyes back up, you can even give thanks for the fears, give thanks for the worries, give thanks for where you're at. And one last thing, repeat after me. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? With that said, I want to wish you the most beautiful evening ahead. Come join us for our School of Mystics. Absolutely. That's tomorrow night, where we are helping you transcend this level of consciousness. We are helping you to heal your heart. We are helping you to shift your energy to the highest level. I'm sure I can put that link there one more time for our School of Mystics. This month is about becoming an alchemist, about shifting that energy shifting that energy from the dun 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 into a higher vibration energy, because that's what this is all about. The energies are coming. It is what do we choose to do with them. So love you guys so much. Thank you, Aya. Thank you, Anne. Love you, Dharma. Love you, Jill. Love you, Mary and Susan and Sunshine and Blossom and Cosmo Cookie and everyone. And keep on shining bright. I will see you next Monday or Tuesday, depending on which day we do the YouTube live next week. We're going to get into a new groove here, so we will see how that goes. I'll keep you posted. Love you guys so much, and keep on shining bright. I think Rue's ready for bed now. I think we all are. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Love you guys so much. Sweet dreams. Night, everyone.